Alright, so, hello guys. New video on the brand new channel, Iconismus. We're gonna just get right into it, why not? So Ludwig, popular streamer, is under fire right now, on the internet. And the reason for that is because he hosted a party. He invited all these popular Twitch streamers there. Mang0's, who is a Smash Bros. Player, was also invited there, and he's known to have problems with alcohol, and Ludwig knowingly supplied him with a bunch of alcohol. So I thought this was an interesting story to cover. I've got some tabs open. Maybe I'll open more tabs if there's anything else that I missed. Papa Gut made a good clip. Yeah, without further ado, I guess we'll just get right into it. Let's see what we got.
Mang0's is like an alcoholic.
Okay, so this is Ludwig acknowledging that Mang0's has alcohol problems. You know, I don't want to say he's like an alcoholic. I mean, he is an alcoholic, but it just kind of feels polite to label him that.
Mang0's can drink 30 beers and act the same he does off no beers.
That's crazy. That's what I used to say when I would drink and drive, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's fucking crazy. Like, you know, he says he could drink 30 beers and, like, I don't know, dude. It's like, if you know that he has problems with alcohol and you're encouraging him to do this, like, I don't know. That just seems like a recipe for disaster, right? Like, any normal person would think that.
No.
He's a machine of a
He
man.
said he had 7 beers already today.
If you ask him how many beers he's had lifetime,
Okay.
it's probably above 10,000.
Probably maybe not.
So, like, why are we encouraging this? What? Why are we encouraging him to drink at a party if it's a problem for him?
Let that guy have any more beers at your streamer event.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that enabling him?
He's the two-time champion. He's never lost.
We gotta do PB! Guys, Mang0's just blew a .25!
Oh my god. So a lot of people already brought this point up. Hold on. I'll look it up. Okay, yeah. It says here, I know this is an AI overview, but you can look at all these other websites that go into the laws of this. Driving while intoxicated, if you do a PVV test and your blood alcohol content is 0.08 or higher, that is enough for you to get arrested if you're drunk driving. Mang0's right now is 0.25, and Ludwig is celebrating this. What? Like, why are we celebrating this? You know that this guy's an alcoholic. You are encouraging this, and you're really setting up this recipe for disaster by doing this. You realize that, right? I guess we'll keep watching. I don't know. Let's see what we got.
That's crazy. Is there any conversation about how, like, people like Ludwig and everybody else were encouraging him to drink? Are you telling me this is what led to him getting banned from the event?
Yes. Yes, this absolutely was.
If you're having him blow a breathalyzer and being like, oh my god, he's like triple the legal ling, you're part of the problem.
Yes, he absolutely is. He holds a massive level of responsibility. And don't get me wrong, like, later in this clip it shows Mang0's sexually harassing these women by, like, humping objects next to them and, like, humping everything he can find. And obviously, like, that's not okay. Like, that's definitely a form of sexual harassment at the very least. But, like, Ludwig is just, he's equally as problematic here for enabling this behavior and giving the okay for it.
Wouldn't you be like, hey, I'm Ludwig, I'm almost 30 years old. I probably know that this guy shouldn't be drinking so much, so since it's my event, I should pull him aside
Yeah,
and tell him to stop,
100%.
or not encourage this. Yelling
Yeah, and he's celebrating it too. This is fucking insane.
and celebrating his insane amount of alcoholism. I'm not saying that he's not responsible for anything that he did.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, sexually harassing women is not okay, drunk or not, full stop. But you still, like, you're still also responsible for allowing him to get drunk and getting him to that point. My thing about Ludwig, and I feel like this can be said about a lot of Twitch streamers, is people are trying to set the bar super high for creating content. People will do anything to get more and more content, and I feel like that's what Ludwig was trying to do. Ludwig was very content-brained, and he wasn't really concerned with the safety of the people at the party as much. He was very content-brained. He thought he could get content out of Mang0's doing this really bad behavior, to be real with you. And that's kind of like the perspective I think Ludwig came from.
But aren't you responsible for creating a safe environment?
Yes.
This does not create a safe environment.
100%.
Hey, everybody! Mango just blew a .32!
Oh my god, dude. Why are we celebrating this? What the
So apparently he was
fuck?
really harassing people because the argument.
Yes, he was. There's video proof of it. I don't think I can show the video proof of it. It's all over Twitter. If you look it up, I really don't think it's that difficult to find. If you guys look it up, you'll find it. Yeah.
It's gonna be like, well, I didn't know he was gonna harass people. It really shouldn't matter. You shouldn't allow and encourage somebody to be a 0.25%.
Yeah, absolutely not. Like, it doesn't create a safe environment. Even if Mango wasn't going to sexually harass anybody, you still shouldn't allow someone to get that drunk. That's not a safe environment at all.
Alcohol, blood level, drunk. That's insane. You should expect something irresponsible. What if instead of sexual harassment, he like ended up like hurting himself because he's so drunk? It's your event.
Absolutely.
What?
Yeah, but you seem to be smiling at it. I don't know. I mean, I guess to be charitable to this guy, maybe, like, he didn't realize it'd get to that point, but, like, still, you're still cheering him on, and, like, I don't know. The main fault is Ludwig here, obviously, because he's the one that's running this party. Like, he is one of the main people at fault here.
That's dangerous! Let's up those numbers!
Oh my god, you are so content-brained here. What the fuck, dude?
Taking advantage of somebody with substance problems for entertainment purposes, and then when it goes wrong, you just blame them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, oh my god, don't even get me started with his response as well. I didn't see all of his response. I have it pulled up here, and we're gonna look through it. Obviously, we're gonna read through what Mang0's response was as well. But yeah.
He harasses these women all night, and they don't do. Why doesn't Ludwig stop this soon?
Yeah, and Ludwig can't say he wasn't aware of this either. He absolutely knew that this was happening. Ludwig was fully aware. And I don't think at any point Ludwig tried... I think actually, no, there was one time, if we're going to be fair, there was one time where Ludwig tried to stop it, but that's when he was, like, playing with... I think it was Extra Emily's hair. He was, like, playing with her hair and stuff. And, like, he kind of, like, pushed her away from it. So, I think in his defense, like, that was, like, the only time. But every other time, Ludwig was just so careless with the safety of the people at the party.
This is insane to me.
I feel really bad about that. And
okay, I mean, that's pretty much it. Papa Gut goes into the response here. I guess we'll take a look at some of Mang0's tweets that I'll pull up in just a moment. All right, here we go. So this is after the event. Hate waking up and seeing I was a drunk dumbass. Don't like using the drunk excuse because it's childish, but in the moment I think everyone is as drunk as me, and that's usually not the case. Maybe. I mean, that's still not an excuse to sexually harass women, but, I mean, okay. I know he's not using it as, I don't know, whatever. I will privately apologize to anyone I made uncomfortable and hope I'm forgiven. I mean, it's what you did wasn't okay. Genuinely, I don't know. If he gets help, I hope he does. I don't know. We'll see. His other stuff. I feel fucking stupid and embarrassed. Think like 99% of my problems are always going to stem from drinking, so I'm going to reevaluate my relationship with alcohol. I'm not downplaying anything. I know I'm dumb. I'll do better. I'll accept any consequence that comes my way. I mean, okay. I mean, I'm not really... I mean, I guess there, in his defense, there wasn't really, like, a better response he could have given. Like, I think this response is, like, fine. I mean, it still doesn't make what he did okay, but, you know. Couldn't sleep. Feel like I fucking let so many people down. Talked to a few friends and just realized I have a problem. Everyone has coddled me for so long and kind of looked the other way when it came to drinking. Don't want anyone to feel bad for me / defend me. Sorry to anyone I've let down or hurt. I know it just looks like I'm trying to save face, but I genuinely feel awful human being. Or awful about it, excuse me. All I've done is reflect on my life and realize I'm a broken human. I will try and redeem myself over time as I always do. Gonna stop drinking immediately and get it together. Sorry that I'm such a fuck up, but I'll be better. I mean, okay. Like, listen. Like I said, I mean, I don't think I need to read anything else. Like, Cloud9 dropped him. He was dropped from other events. He was dropped from everything. This guy was pretty much canceled after everything, you know. He says he wants to get better. I mean, it is what it is. Like, you know, I don't think we could have gotten a better response than that. Like, I mean, it does pretty much address it directly. He says he's going to get help. I hope he stays true to that. I mean, like I said, I don't think he made a bad response here. I've seen way worse influencers make responses, so Again, that doesn't exonerate him at all. Like, he's absolutely responsible for his actions, but I guess we'll look at Ludwig's response now. All right. We've got Ludwig's response pulled up here. We're going to just take a quick look at everything, see what we got. I mean, Ludwig responded to this at the beginning of his stream. I saw part of this response, and my general thoughts on Ludwig was, over the years, I've always thought Ludwig was generally a reasonable guy. I generally thought he gave rational takes on any drama that he gave his opinion on. So, excuse me. Like, I generally thought he was fine for the most part. You know, I've seen more egregious takes on Twitch specifically. But after I saw part of this take, I just don't think I could support Ludwig after this. Like, I think the way he handled this was very slimy, very disgusting. He is a horrible friend to Mang0, 100%. And I mean, you'll see what I mean when we get into it. Let's just jump right in.
Anyway, the goal of this stream really is we're gonna recap Birio, okay? The bad, but also the good.
I'm gonna speed this up a little bit.
We're gonna talk a bit about Master Baker, and then I'm just gonna throw you guys over to offline channel. Well, we're gonna get what the real goal of the stream out of the way off rip, which was the bad of the bad of Birio. Is the bad Mang0? Yes. Yeah, 100%, 1000%, yes. So
yeah, it is bad, and you didn't see it was bad at the time. So
if you guys don't know, there's a bunch of clips, and I'm not gonna react to the clips because, I mean, frankly, they're uncomfortable to watch. But
you were there. You saw it in person. Oh, but now they're uncomfortable because you're getting backlash? Okay, dude.
There's a bunch of clips yesterday of Mang0 going around humping people. And
he was humping, he wasn't necessarily, well, okay, I think he was humping some people. Yeah, I mean, it would be a form of sexual harassment. Yeah, it would be. Definitely. I just thought he was about to overload the conversation there for a moment. That's why I wanted to double check that.
I know this. Because I saw them all this morning.
You saw them at the event too.
And I also, I think, was getting humped a lot myself. Now I'm gonna say,
you were comfortable with it at the event.
I don't mind when Mang0 humps me because I know Mang0. It was super weird if you watch any of the clips when he was humping people he doesn't know very well. It was very weird.
But you knew about it.
And
so
yeah, I feel like menace is like a cutesy term that we use with Mang0, and it's like nah, that's just harassment, bro. You can't be cutesy about it. And so like, look, man, if you guys ever listen to me after an event, I'm pretty consistent. I always say my main goal at any event is that the people who are participating have a good time. Like, that is like number one, the most important factor which determines a good event.
Well, I don't know. Your actions say otherwise. Like, you clearly, like, Mang0 clearly, I mean, I can't speak for Mang0 whether he was or wasn't having a good time, but, like, based on what I'm seeing, ultimately, I would say in hindsight, he didn't have a good time, because you were encouraging him to drink a lot, and it doesn't seem like you were concerned with whether or not, I don't know, that just leads me to believe that you weren't concerned with whether or not people were having a good time or not. Like, I don't know, to me this kind of just strikes me as, like, damage control, more than anything.
People who show up have a good time, that's what I care about, man. And I dropped the ball yesterday. I mean, to be real, I dropped the ball. Because not only...
Dropping the ball is putting it lightly.
Did people not have a good time, some people had, like, an explicitly bad time. Like, they were uncomfortable, wanted to leave early, needed to leave early.
Yeah, and I can see why.
Because they were just feeling uncomfortable, you know? And that's, like, ultimately my fault, right? That's on me.
It is on you. I mean, yeah.
It's my event. That's my job to do that. So I feel really bad about that. And
I don't know if you do.
I reached out to anyone who I felt might have felt uncomfortable and talked to them. But also, and I already told Mang0 this, I'm no longer inviting Mang0 to Mang0's events.
It's so interesting. I mean, like, how did we get to a point where you invite your friend to a party, you encourage them to do very bad behavior, you encourage them to get super fucking drunk, knowing that they have an alcohol problem, but the moment you get the blowback from everyone else suddenly now you're going to virtue signal about how horrific this was, and now you're going to just say that, oh, I'm no longer inviting him to events, and now he needs to be canceled, and everything. You didn't think for a second that maybe you should have reconsidered inviting him or not, or like at least expressing some concern about whether or not his alcoholism was a problem? No, you were content creator brain first. You got him drunk because you wanted to like get content, maybe perhaps have it blow up on Twitter, blow up on Twitch, whatever the case was. And you, like, I don't know, it seemed like people's safety came afterwards. So it's like, I have a hard time believing you with this perspective. It just seems like the moment you got the blowback, now you could push it all to Mang0's fault and it's none of it is your fault. No, you are absolutely, I would say, you're probably equally as at fault for enabling this behavior, no?
Because, like, you know, it's a privilege to go to an event, man. Like, the whole point of an event...
Not really. Most Twitch events are really not that good, but whatever.
...is, like, it's a fun thing to do, have a good-ass time, and if...
Twitch events are cringe as fuck.
Somebody else having...
I don't know, maybe I'm just empathy fatigue. Maybe I'm just a silly fart. Who knows?
Good time. That just can't be a thing.
Well, you enabled it, so...
Now, I see a lot of dialogue on, like, broader implications. I'm only worried about my team, my events, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't speak...
You're worried about yourself. Just to be clear. You know, you were worried about yourself first. That is exactly why you were content creator brain first. You were thinking about your own content and how you could do it at first. And you're doing the same thing in this response. You are worried about how this is going to affect you. You don't care about how it's going to affect the people around you. This was really like an unmasking for me. Like I said, I used to think Ludwig was kind of genuine, but this kind of strikes me as him trying to just not be genuine about this whatsoever. And I don't know. It's just really, this is fucking crazy to me that you enabled behavior and now you can just pass the blame off to him as if it was his fault. And like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying that Mang0 is in the right here. I'm not saying it exonerates him. I'm just saying that you, like, we also need to have a conversation about how you were responsible for this as well. But you're just giving, like, this, God, I don't know, dude. You're a terrible friend. You encouraged him to do a bad thing, and then you kicked him out for doing said bad thing. That's my point.
For the Melee community, I'm not, like...
There's something to be said about how, like, tons of people get outed in the Smash community for weird shit. There's definitely something that needs to be said about that, for sure.
Like championing any other action. I'm just taking the action I can take, you know what I'm saying? And the action I can take is the events I control.
You're taking the action that's the most convenient to you, or that you thought was the most convenient to you.
So for my events, that's the game plan. I talked to Mang0, and for what it's worth, he was very like accountable. He was like, I get it, you know, whatever you got to do, I you know, deserve it, really. So he gets it.
I mean, yeah, like, I'm not really upset that he, that, like, Cloud9 dropped him and all these other places dropped him. Like, I get it, you know, his behavior's not okay. I get why people are dropping him. But the part that I'm calling out is that this is not coming from a place of genuinity. If that's even, I think that's a word. Anyway, this is not coming from a place of being genuine from Ludwig. This is coming from self-preservation. And this happens more often on Twitch than anywhere else, like I've noticed. Like, people are constantly self-preservating on Twitch everywhere just because it makes them look good, not because they actually care about these issues. And I think that's a particular problem.
Which is good, because it's definitely not a fun conversation to have, especially hungover as shit, thrown up. But it's also important to do it. And important to do it quickly today, because...
Yeah, like, gotta get that damage control in.
I don't want this to impact Master Baker. Like, I don't want to be at Master Baker and it be awkward or weird.
Sure, whatever.
Now, you know, luckily I talked to everyone. Everyone seems good. It was more like, hey, it was weird. It was uncomfortable. I didn't want to be there.
Sure, yeah, and you know what? Like, hot take, I don't think the people that, like, suffered this sexual harassment are going to be traumatized from this. Like, it's not like he, like, assaulted them. There is a difference. Again, I'm not saying, like, either way it's not okay what he did. But, like, there's obviously levels of bad to everything. What Mang0 did was absolutely not okay, and I don't blame, like, Cloud9 and all these other, like, streamers and everything, like, dropping him. But, like, you know, I don't think that these people are going to be, like, traumatized from this. I don't think what he did was so horrific that, like, people will remember it within, like, 2 weeks. I don't know. And that's not me trying to, like, downplay what he did. I'm just, like, it's, you know, like I said, there's levels of bad to things.
You know, so I think Master Baker is still going to be good. That shit's happening at 3 today. So still doing that. Still probably gonna
Cool
go to the
stuff,
Daps
bro.
after and watch the NBA Finals. But that was big T. What happened? There's a bunch of clips. But the short of it is Mang0's was just harassing a bunch of people.
He was sexually harassing women.
And it wasn't like, I mean, you could see the clips. It wasn't like with people he is familiar enough, like with a report, to do that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, even if he was familiar with them, it still wouldn't necessarily make it okay. Like, I am all for, like, there being, like, explicit consent to, like, do things. Obviously, like, implied consent's a thing, but, like, that's a whole other conversation. Is there anything else in this, like, stream, by the way? Like, is there anything else?
It is a tough watch. There's a reason I'm not watching it. It's not a fun watch.
Well, you knew about it, Ludwig. Stop fucking pretending you didn't know it.
I've seen them. It's ooh. So
you fucking knew about it. What are you talking about? You knew. You were watching everything. You even stopped one instance of it, but you didn't stop the others because you knew about. Oh my god.
You guys can, you know, it's out there. It's easy to find. It's a hard watch for sure.
Whatever, dude.
And then I guess, you know, some people I see are
So
like,
true,
why didn't
King.
you even invite him in the first place? This is our third Burial card event. You know, like, we've done this twice before.
Yeah, but, like, you shouldn't be encouraging someone who's a known alcoholic to be drinking, like, heavily and going past... I believe, like, 0.25 or 0.32, that's, like, 4 times the amount that you would need if you were, like, to get arrested and pulled over for drunk driving. That's, like, 4 times the amount.
With Mang0 both times.
Okay, bro.
And it wasn't a problem. So, that was my expectation going into this. And
Right.
I only think I was actually there for, like, one interaction with Emily where Mang0 was, like, being in my thought in the moment too touchy, so I put a stop to that. But I didn't really, like, you know, I was too locked in, I think, on, like, running the event, commentating, playing, to, like...
I just don't believe that, to be honest with you. Like, I get that when you run events, like, sometimes it, like, takes a while, or, like, sometimes you don't catch things that happen in the event because you're locked in to do other stuff. I just feel like this event wasn't so big to the point where you didn't know what was happening and you didn't know the kind of behavior that you were encouraging. Like, if you saw that Mang0 was like actively posing some kind of a potential threat, like, you should do something, like, immediately. And not only, like, I mean, it shouldn't have even gotten to this point to begin with. Like, what the fuck am I saying? Like, it shouldn't have even gotten here. Like, you should have done something beforehand. Like, you shouldn't have allowed him to get 4 times the amount of drunk that is required to get arrested if you got pulled over for drunk driving and you did the blood alcohol test.
Keep track of that. And, you know, this is also... I saw some other complaints about Birio in the production quality. We're a way smaller team now, y'all. We are a way smaller team now. This is not off-brand events, productions, where that shit is lock and key.
Okay.
Like, we have a dozen total.
Are we almost done here? Like, is there like anything else he addresses?
Last year, Birio cost $75,000. And
okay, this is just irrelevant. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, listen. I just didn't like this response. You know, I think it's very disingenuous. I think he knew a lot more than he was letting on. It seems to be like what Ludwig conveniently knew that he could pass the blame onto Mang0 if anything bad happened, so that way he could take all the backlash off of him. I think he is equally responsible for all the events that transpired at this event. And this really, like, I just don't think I can, I don't know. I used to think Ludwig was very reasonable. I used to think he was a very rational guy, but this kind of just strikes me as someone who's just not very genuine at all. And I just don't think I can take this guy seriously anymore. This is fucking crazy. So yeah, I mean, just really, really disgusting shit. What can I say?